Hey guys, welcome back to SRT Learning and thank you for watching all these videos that I have created so far, and I'm getting many calls for mock interviews as well. So we're gonna start the mock interview with I will just use the playlist shortly. So whatever the mock interview we will take, we will record them and we will upload in our YouTube channel as well. But apart from that, if you are preparing for automation engineer role, okay, then I will just say you can just go through my YouTube channel SLT Learning, right, and you can just see the different playlist, and most of the time you will find the playlist like test ng related questions I have covered with all the description and syntax. Then Selenium mostly commonly asked questions by the MNC company like Accenture, TCS, and all those people. Okay, you can see the playwright related questions. Then you can see other things as well like tricky programming questions as well. So if you are preparing for interview, okay, and I create the video with short and sweet with the syntax and with the with description, so it will help you to crack the interviews in your side. Okay, so let's we talk about today I'm gonna cover one more questions on Selenium side, and let's we see what is the questions that has come up on our list. So suppose your Selenium script passed locally, okay, but it is failing on Jenkins side. So this is mainly asked for the experienced person. So they want to know about your knowledge on CI/CD pipeline, okay. So for that reason, they will ask you, okay, what thought process or what debugging things you will do. Suppose your script is running fine on local machines, okay, but on a Jenkins or CI/CD pipelines, it is always failing. So there are a couple of things that you can answer based on your experience, but I will guide you how you can answer like on the different point wise. So let's we go to this part, and I will just says I will first go and check the Jenkins log, right? And how you can check the Jenkins log? You need to go to the Jenkins, you need to log into the Jenkins, then you need to go to the job and then just go to the console log, and where you can find all the detail of your console of your that executions. Okay, so you will try to identify what will be the bottleneck over here. You will identify like if it's related with the element not found, timeout related issues, browser not launching properly. There are some permission issues, okay, because when you run locally, then you will have access of your drives and all those things. But suppose if you if you run that particular things on remotely on Jenkins on the remote node, it may be some permission issue that the file that you have given your automation script, it is not placed properly or not permission given. Then you will see the some rendering problem with the headless mode rendering, okay. So it's the loading time maybe we take some more time on a remote machines. So those kind of things you can easily catch and identify and troubleshoot, and then try to work to resolve those issues by checking the logs from the Jenkins. Another things you will see, and maybe the reason like the environment difference, okay, it might be your local machine and the environment that you are using on Jenkins may be little bit different. So for that one you can just check about the browsers versions, then WebDriver versions, then operating system versions, and then a display setting of Jenkins machine, and on the I will just say is the your local machines, okay. If you are running on headless mode, then no need to worry, but if you are running on like the UI mode, then you need to worry about that display setting as well. So second things you can consider environment difference as well. The headless mode rendering issue, okay, this is quite frequent when you see this issue, okay. Initially phase, you will mainly find this on initially phase. So you need to make sure if you find this kind of issue, then you can always set headless as false, okay. So that will help you to I will just say is the fix the rendering issue on the headless mode, okay. So this is one thing you need to remember. On a Chrome option, you can just set up the option dot set headless is equal to false, okay, and it will be resolve that rendering issues for the headless mode. The fourth one would be maybe the missing dependency and the display driver, so that could be the issue. So always make sure the same list of dependencies and drivers are installed in your Jenkins node as well, and the way you are using on a local machine, okay. So this will be also the one of the key area where you need to consider yourself if the browser does not launch or it crashing every time on launch, okay. So that could be the reason the dependency and the required driver is not available in your Jenkins side. Then file path, as I told you, right, permissions things, file path, download, upload, something is not up to the mark. Maybe you are using on locally, you have the permission on locally, but when you are using on the Jenkins side remotely, right, maybe you have not given the path of that particular things. So you need to make sure those particular test files are have the proper access to the Jenkins. If not, then try to put those files on a relative or centralized place where the Jenkins can easily access them and perform your test cases, okay. Then timing and synchronization, like most of the time, like when you work on cloud, right, compared to the local, it will be always slow. So you need to be used properly, explicit weight instead of the thread slip. Sometimes you put thread slip, it will work correctly on the local machine, but then that same time maybe not apply on the remote machine. So it will always recommended to use the explicit weight, and that will help you to resolve this kind of issues as well. Okay. Then run Jenkins job manually for debugging. Yeah, this is one of the things when you are initially troubleshooting, try to run the Jenkins job manually and see where it is exactly failing, and you can find this kind of issues like from the log itself, or you will find other issues on the log itself. Okay, so add some logging as well when you are working on the automation. This is now very common. People put the in automation logging and take a screenshot on failure. So this is the recommended good practice. When you are creating the automation framework itself, you should include all those information. Okay, then you can just see the permission and network issues. Okay, just make sure the Jenkins may have some permission issues, okay, or may have do not have the internet access the way you are accessing from the local machine. So those kind of the things you need to always make sure when you are working with Jenkins. Okay, and there is one more things like parallel execution problem. Sometimes the same automation script trying to access the same folder or same file, right, it may be crash. So these kind of things you need to make sure if you are working on the parallel things, you will have multiple node and I would just say the client instance created for Jenkins. So it will help you to create a separate thread pool, and it will help you to do the parallel execution. So if you are running your script parallel execution, you most of the time you will find the issues on the Jenkins for the shared resource. Okay. So if somebody asks you this question, right, if you like not 9, if you just says based on your experience, but out of 5, like 9 out of 5, if you just says, okay, sorry, 5 out of 5, if you just says, it will be helpful for you to give a good marks on your interviews. Okay. So we will come up with another questions as well, and shortly for Selenium, Test Engine, Maven, and all those things. I am gonna include the Cypress as well. So if you like this video, take a screenshot of the screen, keep with you, in your interview. That will also help you to speaking in your interview as well. And if you think there are some questions that you want us to create a like these slides or description like this way, please comment on the this video box, and we will create the video for that one as well. So thank you for watching, and keep learning and keep cracking the interviews, guys. Take care.